Hey now, we are back. It is reality recap time. And as you know, I got to give you the branding. So here it is. All right. Hey now, hey.
What's up, friends? We're back. We're Black and Curious. I'm Kandron.
What's good? It is your girl Dehjai. And so today's a little different. We are in two places. We're on Instagram Live and we're doing this on YouTube Live.
Yep.
So likely the both of us will be looking in two different places so that we can chat with you all.
Going back and forth.
Mine will be like this. But of course, we have to get into our pop culture. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this up onto the screen. So let's talk about what's been happening lately. In world news, as we know, there is some scary stuff going on currently with Russia and Ukraine. And for the Black and Curious aspect of it, the thing that I wanted to talk about was how...
Hey, Jamil. Hey, Joy.
The Ukrainians are blocking African students and African immigrants that are in Ukraine from through the borders. And so... Not that I want to bring the show down, we just kind of want to talk through it really quickly just to give out some resources. So in my research today, I found this particular image is from Amanda Seals, and she also has on her page some resources. If you want to reshare that image, you certainly can, so that we can get some resources to help get those immigrants, the African immigrants and students, out of Ukraine safely and hopefully back home to their families.
Yes. That is the hope. Sorry, y'all. I'm having technical difficulties.
It's scary times, man. In other pop culture news, apparently Quincy Brown, also known as Puff's eldest son, he got into an altercation with a JetBlue pilot today over a carry-on bag. Yes.
That gets dicey because they be acting real funny about the carry-on bags. And it's like, you know good and well, this is fine.
Girl, okay. I just was like, what is going on? Like, and the thing about it, what he said was, I got this from, shout out to the Jasmine brand. If you're looking at the YouTube page, you can see that this is from Jasmine brand. So first, let me shout out my source. Basically, he said that his assistant had his carry-on. And in that carry-on, he had some medication. And the issue that they were coming across is that they wanted the assistant to check the bag. And he was like, no, I can't check the bag. My jewelry, my valuables, my medication is in this bag. Like, this bag needs to come on to the flight. And it is within the TSA regulations for it to fit in the carry-on. But that did not happen. So, and this actually happened. I saw this maybe an hour or two before we actually got on live today. So this story will probably continue to unfold because it doesn't seem that JetBlue has responded just yet.
Weird. So, Joy says even during the war, they have time to be racist. And don't they always have time to be racist?
Girl, all the time.
They always find an opportunity.
It's always wrong when you brown.
Okay? Always find an opportunity.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
And then the last thing, for those of us who are students or former students, there is some student debt relief that is supposedly still forthcoming. Basically, the idea is that you just got to hurry up and wait, baby girl, if you want your loans to be forgiven. This is coming from a Twitter post from Richard Cordray, I believe. He says, please continue to be patient. Log into FedLoan's borrower portal to check your progress and try to find, and try not to flood our phone lines so we can focus on doing this work for you. So apparently the girls is really blowing them folks up. Okay. So
the girls is like, they want their money, honey.
Hello? They want that shit paid in full. Get out of here.
Okay. And I'm the girls. Just in case we were wondering.
100%. Okay? 10 toes down.
But I am the girls, to be clear.
Okay? Facts. So that is all that I have for this week's quick little snippets of what's on the top of the news. Little world news. What are you drinking?
Oh, I didn't even say. I am having a Chambord and Prosecco, so like a Kir Royale but not champagne.
Girl, you better be careful now. Yesterday you was a little tipsy when we was recording.
Oh no, I'm not fooling around with that thing anymore. Yesterday, y'all, we recorded and I had a French 75.
Child.
Homemade.
And we had like
own.
5 segments to record, and sis was good and tipsy. Like at number 3.
By 3, I was about to be down.
Oh, so I'm always back with the class fave, a little 19 Crimes, and I think this is a Cabernet. It might be the dark red blend, as dark as it is. I'm not sure. I didn't really look at the bottom. This is in my grocery order. It's got regular replenishment.
Yeah.
So, where do you want to start?
I have ladies who. Oh, girl, won't it get you there, Joy? Joy says, "I love a French 75. It'll get you there. It'll get you there."
Wow. I'm waiting for Kandron to put the recipe in the little description box.
It's really not a whole lot to it. I told you it's just gin and I had gin and Prosecco, a squeeze of lime or lemon, and some simple syrup. It's very simple, but
sounds like I'm just gonna have to watch this back.
It'll get you there. Okay, so I have. All right, let's ask the people. I have Ladies Who List Atlanta, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and Ready to Love. The girls that are here. Anybody have a preference where we go first? Any preference? Give it a little minute. Give it a little minute. All right, if not, we're going Ladies Who List Atlanta because I have that first.
Works for me, child. That's literally the last thing I watched because I did not watch it on time. I totally forgot about it on Friday.
I mean, there just isn't. Oh, okay. Joy says Salt Lake City, so let's do that first.
Child,
oh gosh.
Oh goodness. Okay, so we'll do Salt Lake and then we'll do ATL. Okay. We're there.
Well, I have very little to say on either point. Okay, so let's do. We were already there. Let's go, Ladies Who List Atlanta. That Polly picnic. What in the world was that? That she kept. Cristyl kept calling it a poly party, so I'm thinking it's going to be like an event, like a shindig, a ponderosa, if you will. Shout out to Auntie Chrissy. I still say that.
Basketball wives.
I thought it was going to be a moment, and it was a picnic, and I was like, so this is just one poly family, like all of the parts to the poly family.
Ghetto. Yes, it was ghetto, Joy.
I did not understand what was happening and why it was happening.
Not at all. You know what? I'm not going to do that. I just was looking at the group of people and I had some things so y'all know where I was going. But I didn't say it. I just, I had some thoughts. I'm not going to share them. However, if you were watching, you know what I'm saying without saying. Yeah. Okay. But even the guy that Cristyl was like fawning over and was so like trying to bend over backwards to be potentially Pauly with, he wasn't even that attractive.
He really wouldn't. I was like, you doing all of this that you don't seem like you even want to do for this guy? For this guy? Like sometimes sometimes you can look at them. They did look poly.
What does they look like, Joy?
No, they looked poly. They look poly. That's exactly what they be looking like. It's how am I gonna say this nicely? It's like a granola-y vibe, like a free love 70s, like
Black
let's all be yes, Black hippie. And they had the look like they were vegetarian or something vibe,
Thank you, boo.
So
Murray says
thanks,
we look
Murray.
Good. Thank you, sis.
So that was just odd. There's a grit. there's a grit in there, and there is a grit in there. It's like,
hello.
Like, it gives like I have to preserve the moisture of my skin and the oils in my skin, so I may shower on a different schedule.
Was there a preservation of the oils? Because it didn't look like that to me, shawty.
I'm just saying the grit. I feel that that's the grit that we're talking about here. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, Joy.
Them people looked ashy, okay? Just as tight as this here snuffleupagus lash I got that's sitting up. Whatever, don't talk about me. It's okay. She is not trying to lay down. But yeah, like I just was very confused. But she stole the show. Robin was great around that table with them. I loved her little coy, coquettish behavior that she had playing when they was asking her about her business. I'm like, girl, no, you don't even know my business like that. Back up, shorty. Not like she's gonna be in this bedroom.
Define Polly.
Yeah, like she don't know what the hell going on. But mind you, she was out being an exotical, as she said, with the menage a trois.
Knock it off, ma'am. I didn't even really have nothing else other than the fact that at the end of the show, Robin and Cristyl apparently fell out again after the show.
Girl, I'm just like, I'm interested to see the reunion for sure. I'm sure we're gonna get a whole lot of behind the scenes, I hope that we do. But clearly Kiana was not at the daggone reunion. She was absent as hell because you don't see her in the previews. Yeah, she was not. I didn't see her.
You know what? I was trying to figure out who was missing because there was only 5 people there.
Yeah, Kiana was not on that couch, honey. So maybe she was there and we just don't see her, but I doubt it. I think when she said that she was done and did not do that reunion.
Good for her.
I will say that this last episode was boring as hell. I was so confused like halfway through and I was like, is this the end of the show? Like, what is going on? How did y'all feel?
I didn't think there was going to be a reunion. I was like, a reunion for what? But maybe this will save them and get them a second season because we know sometimes the reunion can save
what it needs to give.
Yeah, well, and it can save you because if anybody remembers the Real Housewives of Potomac, that first season was stale, but the girls gave reunion, and I really believe that's why they got a second season. And now they are, amongst the top girls.
Well, I mean, by the time that the reunion came around, they had watched all the stuff that everybody was saying about each other in them damn confessionals.
Yeah, but they were still dry. And I still was like, I don't know about this. But when they came for the reunion, baby, I watched that reunion twice. And I don't never watch the reunion over. I'd be like, girl, I've seen everything I need to see. I watched it like 2 or 3 times. It was so good.
Girl. Was there anything else worth noting for this show, y'all?
No.
I don't feel like it.
I don't either. Let's move on.
So, Salt Lake City. I did not watch that. So tell me what the hell had happened.
A bunch of nothing again. First of all, what did they have on? What were they wearing? What was it giving? I was just like, now all of y'all look crazy. How did y'all all accomplish to look crazy?
I did see the outfits, and I think that Jen looked like the NBC peacock. She did, with them damn things sticking up out the back of her. What you call it? Like, yes, or like taking it back to the 80s. If y'all ever watch, I think it's like Dark Castle or something like that with the damn Fraggles, and she looked like one of the alien creatures with the things that stick out the back.
All right, not the Fraggles.
Just the dress, not her face. I'm just talking about the dress.
And then she had those ornate gloves on that they had to get her to take off because it was interfering with the sound. I was just like, you look nuts. But I guess she had to show out because I think Sis is going to prison, personally. I'm seeing a solid. I said on Twitter, 7 to 10. It's giving 7 to 10 for me. I could be wrong on that. I'm happy to be wrong on that, but ain't looking good.
Child,
ain't looking good for Sister Jen.
I have no dog in this fight. I don't know nothing about it. I don't even know the law like that. I can't call it.
It's just all of the people under. Allegedly, she's like the top of the pyramid or whatever. She had her own class. She is class A by herself, and everybody else underneath is like level 1. And they have all, shouts out to the Bravo docket, they all have pled out in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And Jen is going to trial, and her trial starts next month. So I guess we're gonna see.
Girl, that is just, I have no words. I feel bad for her though, because it seems like everybody is trying to, in terms of like what the Bravo docket was reporting, it just seems like everybody is making their case to say Jen told us to do it.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm just like, that, if she didn't really know what the hell was going on, like that is effed up.
I did see somebody on Twitter yesterday say, They have a hard time believing that Jen Shah is capable of masterminding much of anything. So,
and that's my point. Sis don't be seeming like she got all the lights on upstairs.
No, it don't. Let's see. What else? Oh, bad weather. When I tell you Whitney and Heather are exhausting together.
Oh, yeah.
Lisa calls them bad weather. Lisa is the only dress I did like. I will say that. She calls them bad weather, combines their names. And they just like, they're just aggravating. And they just feel like they have a right to know everything. So even when they talked about Mary not showing up, it was like, well, she didn't show up, so we don't even have a chance to ask her any questions. And it's like, Mary still does not owe y'all nothing.
No.
She ain't never owed y'all nothing, and she don't owe you nothing now. She don't even want to be on a cast with you.
Like, that's not your business. Why the hell are you so concerned? I still don't understand. I still don't understand. Because none of what they are bringing up has anything to do with how she is with them on the show. Like, if you want something to talk about this, the way she be snubbing you hoes. Talk about that. Stop asking about her personal business and what's going on with the church and her family, because that ain't none of y'all's concern. The show don't even film in her church except for this season and last season. I think we got 2 episodes when Whitney went to the church and then when Jen went. Otherwise, you'll never see the damn church.
Yeah, agreed. So I don't know. I just want them to leave that lady alone and keep her name out their mouth, because she really tried. And let me say this while we talk about Mary. Let me get Jeannie together. Andy did not do enough, in my opinion. Okay, so the reunion was filmed and they had like a disclaimer in the beginning where it was about like
Jeannie's
this
foolishness.
Huh?
I said about Jeannie's foolishness.
Right. It was like this was filmed before Jeannie's foolishness came to light, so we didn't know. So, they won't be addressed here essentially, and she's been terminated. But even still, they didn't do enough for me. Andy did not get into her enough. So he read one of the questions was like, why is it that when you talk to Mary, you put on a blaccent? He read the question, but then he didn't drag her like she deserved to be dragged.
Because, like, they don't care. Because they all put on the blaccent when it feels convenient.
And she was like, oh, I was raised in, I forget where she was raised, but she was just like, I was raised in da-da-da-da-da, and I don't think I put on a blaccent. And I was just like, girl, you do. Like, every time you're engaging Mary, it's all of this. It's this. And it's like, girl, bye. You do. What else?
Ciao.
It's very light.
Did y'all watch the show here on Instagram? Did y'all watch the reunion?
Oh, I will say Meredith and Jen did agree on something, and that was that Jeannie came in too hot. She had so much to say. They said it separately,
Jen
but
said
they both.
Jeannie came in too hot.
She did come in too hot.
The kettle black. I mean, she did, but still, Jen was wild and crazy too.
Well, she was nuts, but whatever. But she definitely came in too hot, and she did too much too fast. And it's like, girl, nobody asked you that. So anyway, she apparently said that anybody can be racist. So she was calling Mary racist, and it was like, anybody can be racist. And it's like, we know, ma'am, we know. With your entire Facebook page, as hot as it was, why in God's name did you get on the internet and say that?
Okay.
Thank you, Joy. Joy said Jeannie talking about her Asian hate, like she didn't have a full Facebook full of racism. Racism about Black people, left, right, and center. And it's just like, okay, now we understand why you came in so hot with Mary, because you didn't give nobody else that kind of energy.
Right. She just wanted to I think Mary might even said that she wanted to have a scene, make a scene.
Yeah, she wanted to cause a commotion. And then even with her throwing the glass, she was like, oh, I didn't throw it at Mary. I was throwing it at the floor. And it's just like, ma'am?
No, but you threw that at her back. Tell the truth and shame the devil.
Like, what is wrong with you?
Keep it a stack, baby girl. You threw that literally so that you could hit her. You just missed.
Yeah, definitely.
Trash.
So that was that. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is trash. I'm very glad that it's almost over. I'm glad that the reunion is 3 parts and not 4, because they've been doing these 4-part reunions, and I'm like, these girls didn't even really need one. So
I'm like, to me, it is over because I'm not planning to watch no reunion. I know I need to because we're talking about it, but I'm just like, it's over, child. Ain't nothing else to talk about.
And they
Mary
already
ain't
talked
there.
about Mary is not there, so they can't. Well, they just gonna talk about Mary in her absence with what it looks like. Jen ain't gonna say nothing if she's smart. Interestingly, they are bringing Sharif out, and like there's been previews of them asking Sharif a bunch of questions, and I'm like, Sharif's an attorney. He's not answering any of that shit.
Or he just gonna dance around and play you in your questions if he, knows how to be a wordsmith.
Yeah, so whatever.
But like that's crazy. They never have. Well, I mean, I guess in the other franchises they started bringing the husbands out as a part of the reunion. So I guess we'll see.
Yeah, they usually bring the husbands out for a segment.
But I noticed they don't necessarily really do that on the white franchises. They really do that heavy on the Black or mixed cast. What y'all think? I'm leaning all out.
They usually bring them out. They bring them out. They bring them out on OC. They definitely bring them out on Beverly Hills. Yeah, they bring them out. They bring them out across the board.
Okay, maybe I just haven't watched enough, but I feel like I always see it on the mixed cast.
Because last season with OC, they brought Bronwyn's husband out, and that was embarrassing. Because she was like, yeah, I'm dating a girl. I have a girlfriend now, but also we're still married and I still want to stay married. And all the girls were like dragging them because they were like, no, you just want him.
Joy says white franchises don't have husbands anymore. I mean, she ain't lying.
But yeah, they were just like, no, you just want him to take care of you. Like, you don't really want to be married to him. Like, knock it off. You want to be with your girlfriend. Like, stop. But yeah, they definitely do bring out the husbands, I feel. But Joy is right. The husbands are fewer and farther between. Yeah.
All right. Not much else to talk about there with that show.
Nope, not at all. That even went longer than it should have. Ready to Love.
Let's talk Ready to Love. I'm glad that Comb Over did not go home. I had already called it. I think I said that last week that AP was going home. So because AP is gone, they decided they got to get real serious. All of a sudden, Demetrius became like the nephew Tommy the second, and was talking about how everybody got to get serious about their choices, like telling everybody what to do because he had the option to send home AP. I don't know. That was strange. I'm like, okay, who put you in charge, sir?
I guess, Joe.
The biggest thing that stood out to me on that episode was Troy, who is very forgettable, and Sabrina, because when they did I'm just saying it's true. When they did they did the Truth or Dare based off of Vern. They did that Truth or Dare
Truth or Dare
mess. But like it helped to solidify who wants to date who and like the connections that people have. Like it
definitely.
But Serena, sure enough, listen, y'all know I can be a touch crass. And so with that in mind, I will say that Sabrina, she got BDE than a mother. Okay. Because the way that she talked to Troy when they sat down to dinner, and he was like having a conniption about how she had kissed Demetrius instead of him, she was giving very much BDE. Okay.
Yeah, she calmed him down. She gathered him right on up. And by the end,
pick up your feelings and going along. Skip along, young brother.
And by the end, he was still down. They were toasting. He was still down to stay in the mix.
I said, sis, you better pimp these.
You better do it, sis. Do it.
Yo, I was not mad. That was TV gold. I'm like, yes, give these men what they do to us, okay? And see how they handle it.
Yeah. What else? Everything else was perfectly forgettable to me. Did you have any other thoughts? This gonna be short.
I felt bad for Wiley. But Wiley had to go.
But Wiley
was cute. That just wasn't his thing. It was a whole lot of. I feel like the two DMV casts that we've had have just been horribly mismatched, and especially the second one, because like you had people that was really all the women was really old, not like really old, but like our age group and up, and then you had Wiley, who was like still, you know,
like 31 or something.
His milk. You know what I'm saying? But like the women wasn't interested in giving him no Similac. You know, like he was too young. He was wet behind the ears.
Too young. He was too young. I feel like they keep doing that though. They've done that a few times where I felt like the women were a little bit skewed, a little bit too old for the men that they had. I feel like that in Atlanta they did that one season where I was just like, how did y'all get here? Like, how did y'all manage this?
Not Deborah Cox. How did you get here?
Yeah, I didn't understand it. I wasn't into it. I didn't understand it.
Listen, I'm not understanding either, and I'm still mad that Pawpaw is on the show. And that's
I didn't even feel like Wiley was like, he's at this point in his life where he needs to be going on a show like this. Yeah.
I think a lot of like last season definitely was giving everybody just wanted to be on TV because everybody was a pseudo actor of some sort. Okay.
Absolutely.
This here particular season, I feel like it's still a little bit of that, but a lot of, I would say that it might be like the entrepreneurial dream to be on television. So that way you can kind of talk about your shit and what it is that you do every time. Because he made mention to like what he does with kids and coaching and something like that on the side. So like he said it enough times for people to eventually want to look him up.
Yeah. Fair.
So
fair. That's it. What are y'all watching?
In here? Jesus.
All right. Let us know what you're watching. Drop down in the comments, either on Instagram or on YouTube. Let us know what you're watching. Anything else?
Child, no, ain't a whole lot of that happened. I'm gonna know.
Love and Marriage Huntsville is back in 2 weeks, so we'll be back with that. Candy and the Gang is starting next week, so we'll be back with that.
Good replacements, praise the Lord.
Dwindling the rest of these girls down because boring.
Boring as HE double.
Boring.
I just don't know. So for the Ready to Love, I'm interested to see how like things are gonna play out. So shout out to the show that I was telling you about earlier. They're called Single Shit and it's on Instagram. You can find them and watch some of their lives. But they pointed out that Demetrius has no eyebrows. This is petty. I'm sorry. But like when they said it, I just can't unsee it. I can't unsee it. Like
I did not notice that.
Has like
I did not notice that.
Me either, but I can't unsee it now.
No, clearly not. Now I'm going to be looking.
Like they was like he has like the like you know like when you look at the skeleton you see like the orbital bones or whatever and like literally he's got strong bone structure so you see that but then there's no eyebrows there. I think he got eyebrows. It's just they real thin. The TV ain't picking it up and probably because like the artists when they do their like touch-ups for the screen they probably putting makeup over it. I'm like feel that man eyebrows in y'all.
Yeah.
Give him a little something.
Do better.
I mean, you can glue on eyebrows now. They got like stick on the edges and shit.
All right. We're not. All right. That's enough. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll be back next week. Same place, same time.
Yes. Until later. Bye, y'all.
Like, comment, subscribe, and follow.
Oh, try them turned off Instagram.
That's fine.
Bye, folks on YouTube. I know y'all be watching the replay. Thanks for watching.
Bye.